So today we're going to talk about dynamic product ads. Although it's a big kind of scary three-word phrase, what you need to understand is it's all about shifting your website traffic's mindset from just shopping around to actually making a purchase. So stay tuned, this is going to be vitally important if you're running e-commerce websites. So as I mentioned, what it really allows you to do is transition people from just shopping around to actually purchasing. And the way that you can do this is through creating a Facebook, a product catalog and a catalog feed, which I'll include links to. You can ultimately reach people who you know have viewed a particular product and then serve that product back to them as an ad. And the same thing for adding to cart. So if someone's added 3 or 4 things to their cart, you can then create a campaign that will automatically, when they're scrolling through their feed, they'll see a carousel ad, so it'll have multiple square images of the products that they've actually added to cart, but not purchased. So we often find that this is the most profitable campaign that you can create, is dynamic product ads, because you're targeting people based on not only the fact that they've shown a high level of intent by clicking particular products and adding them to cart, but by you serving them those images that they've viewed and or added to cart, there's a much higher chance that they're going to end up following through with the purchase because they're the specific ones that they've shown an interest for. So there's a really sophisticated breakdown that Facebook proposes, where ultimately what you're doing is creating segments depending on if they've viewed the product or if they've added to cart, and then breaking it down by days with the idea that you want to spend the majority of your budget targeting those who have recently viewed your product or recently added it to cart. And the way that you can do that is by, in this example, creating a specific audience of people who have viewed or added to cart within the first 3 days, and then viewed or added to cart within the first 7 days, excluding those 3, and then 14, and then 21, and then 30, or however you need it. So I'll just quickly show you the breakdown that Facebook has. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of breakdowns. In fact, there's 8, but the 2 kind of core components I need you to look at are add to cart and then viewed products. So it's good having a breakdown like this so that you can distribute your budget as a majority into the 3 days, and then the 7 days, and then the 14 and the 21, and so on and so forth. The same applies to add to cart. So the breakdown that they have here is add to cart but not purchased within 3 days, optimizing for clicks, and then add to cart but not purchased for 7 days, obviously excluding that 3 days, so you're not hitting them on top of each other and building a high frequency. And then you do the same for 14 and 21. So basically what this does is you can start targeting people who've viewed your products and not added them to cart, or added them to cart but not purchased. And then you can make sure that you're spending the right amount of your ad budget in each of those segments, prioritizing the ones who have completed that action the most recently. Now, it does depend a bit on the amount of website traffic that you have. If, for example, you're only getting, 500 visitors per month to your website, you might not be able to create such a sophisticated breakdown. Otherwise, when you set a budget at each of those breakdowns, at each of those levels, you might find that the frequency is a bit too high. So you just want to make sure that if you create that, you're really monitoring the frequency at each of those breakdowns. And if it's too high, you might have to combine them. For example, you might have to, rather than having a 3-day breakdown and a 7-day, just have a 7-day breakdown. And you may even, if you've only got a few hundred visitors to your website, you may only be able to create like a 30-day basically retargeting ad set of people who have viewed, and then another ad set of people who have added to cart. As always, any questions, just pop them in the comments below or send me a private message.